Hey again, it's Erik Stafford here from Stafford Marketing with the ABCs of branding. Today's letter is L, and L is for, you guessed it, logo. So when most people think of a brand, the first thing they tend to think of is a logo. And I've got some tips for you on how to create really effective, really noticeable, really memorable logos, right? Logo is definitely one of your main brand drivers for most businesses out there. And so how do you create an effective logo? Well, there's a couple of tips that I want to share with you. The first one is, if possible, much like with a strap line or a elevator pitch or a hook or a positioning statement, the more that it can say as simply and clearly as possible, the better. And I'll give you a really good example of this, the FedEx logo. You've probably seen the FedEx logo 1,000 times in your life. Have you ever noticed that there's an arrow in it pointing to the right? Maybe not, but that arrow symbolizes movement. It symbolizes quick, easy, effective delivery, right? Very sneaky, very clever, very cool, right? So the more you can communicate with the less visual assets that you need to do it, the better your logo is going to be, right? Another tip I'd like to give you is, if you can draw your logo in the sand with a stick, that's a good thing, right? Because again, that means that you're working with a very simple, very clean logo, right? So if your logo works without the drop shadows, without the fades, with all the fancy stuff removed, just a simple two-color application, if your logo works like that, then chances are you're on the right track, right? And if you're getting a logo developed currently right now, these are definitely things that I would encourage you to keep in mind, right? Ask your designer to provide a simple two-color version of your logo, a reversed version, a knocked out version of your logo, right? White against black, right? Because if they're only delivering a full color, big, bright, all these crazy effects, that may not translate well in different print applications. It may not translate well to embroidery, for example, if you ever decide to get hats done, okay? And the final tip I want to share with you for your logo is this. Make sure and get editable vector artwork of your logo. And by vector artwork, what I mean is a PDF file, an AI or an EPS file. Vector artwork will allow you to scale that logo as big as you can imagine without losing any of the resolution. So if the only version you have of your logo is a JPEG, you can't scale that to the size of a banner, right? Or to the size of a billboard, for example, without it pixelating and looking really, really shitty. So if you don't have a vector version of your logo, hire a designer to build one for you. Cool? So today the letter is L, and L is for logo. This is the ABCs of branding. I'm Erik Stafford, and I'll see you next time.